what a goal is that we want to have is a balanced participation as well. All the members have a chance to share. Keep the good peripheral vision. You know, if your group is one that you raise hands to respond, keep good peripheral vision to look for the hand that might be over on the side. And then, if you notice somebody's being quiet, not participating, call on that person from time to time. Get an attempt to draw them out. So what do you do when an answer is not correct? Let it slide or bring about a conflict? You don't want to have a conflict, right? Well, I had an experience once with Pastor Paul. He was leading a discussion, and he was on question, let's say it was question 17, and I was on question 18 in my response. And you know what he did? He didn't call me out on it. He just was very graceful about it. He said, "Thank you, Mike, and does anybody else have a response?" And that was a great way to handle it, because by hearing the other people's response, then I found that I was on the wrong question, and I thanked Paul later for affirming me and not making me feel like a dumbhead in front of everybody. Now, that's in the case where an answer isn't correct, but it's not a violation of scriptural principles. Now, in the case where an answer is a violation of scriptural principles, contradicts what God's Word says, is an incorrect interpretation of God's Word, well, you can't let that slide. You're the group leader. You have a responsibility to shepherd this group in the way of truth. So gently ask the member the Bible passage from which their answer that you just heard is based. Then go to that passage, review it together. This is again in the group setting. Direct the group to a corresponding direct scriptural reference that you know that sets the record straight, and review it together as a group. Then thank that group member. This is important. Thank that group member for sharing and bringing the opportunity for you all to learn together. Then move on to the next topic or question. Closing. Now we're come to the time of closing. This is the prayer time. You bring out your list of the week's requests that you've been praying for all week, and you're going to add to that. You're going to recount one by one, asking for updates, and then asking for sharing on new requests. Then, after you've shared the requests as a group setting, then appoint somebody to close in prayer when the time is right. Now, this is going to be sometimes a stretching situation for that person. They're not used to praying in public, but don't be afraid of that. It's God's desire that each of us get stretched in ways that we're not really comfortable, but can grow in service to Him. Then you, as a leader, can begin that prayer time with praise and thanksgiving. Thank Him for the answers that He's given you to your recent prayer requests, and give Him praise for characteristics of just who He is, the provider, the healer, and then let the others begin one by one to share in prayer for the requests. Then, after prayer time's over, fellowship is a great opportunity for ministry. It's really a furtherance of the ministry time. Snacks promote good interaction and bonding with the groups. And again, Jesus showed us this in the scriptures. And rotate that snack responsibility. If you're doing this at your home, don't always be the one providing the snacks, but rotate that responsibility. Get everybody to participate. Have plenty of coffee, tea, and water available. And it's a good time to revisit a question that was left somewhat unfinished during this discussion. You can pick up where the discussion left off if you feel led to do that, and answer something that was left hanging but not addressed for lack of time. So in conclusion, this is all I have to say. Your discussion group leadership is a ministry to the Lord, and it requires as such your best. It's preparation, time in God's Word daily. Preparation, prayer, daily praying for each member of your group. Shepherding your group, bringing each of your members in a closer relationship with Christ by your gentle but firm leading. And this will all, if you do this prayerfully, result in a vibrant and close-knit home group.